So, hello everyone. So the scenario is if we have a dynamic table in that lot of cells with a lot of value inside that, and we have to constraint or we have to take the row number of a particular value at its first occurrence. So for that, I have developed a test case for this sheet. So what I have done is I've actually constrained it. I'm really sorry. I wanted to take the blueberries row number at its first occurrence. And according to Trescentis Tosca's table operations, Tosca considers this header as 0 and starts the row count 1 from here, from this line. So what we have here in rows are Greenland, Blueberry, Elon Musk, and Summer. Okay. So for this, my developed test case is, okay, I'll just explain it to you. Before that, I need to delete this, all the buffers that I have stored. So here, if you can see, we have no buffers at all. So here is my developed test case. Let's disable it. Let me just expand it. And for that, I have opened the Excel workbook and defined its range. And then I have disabled it. So to start with the row 1, I have took a buffer and named it as start with, and its value is 1. And then I have used T-box Excel range manipulation. I have given the range name blue, and the table I have took all the row counts, which I didn't use at all. And using that buffer in the row at its first cell in the first row, I have actually stored the whatever the value it is in the first row's first cell, which is blueberry. And then what I did is in a T-box set buffer using it, I have replaced the space in between the two words, and then I have set blueberry as a buffer name and the value also blueberry. Then I have used loop statements. In that loop statement, actually what I did is in condition, what I have mentioned is from here, as you can see, from the first row in the first cell, I have stored the value which is Greenland. Then in condition, I have mentioned using T-box evaluation tool that it is actually not equals to blueberry. The value of blueberry is blueberry, and the first value inside that blueberry is blueberry, and in blue it will be Greenland cause the first row's first cell is actually Greenland. And then In loop, if consider the Greenland is not equals to blueberry, then I have calculated one numerical number to the buffer start with, so that the value of this buffer will be 2, numerical number 2. And then in Excel range manipulation, I am going to call that updated buffer into this row, into this row, and then from the second row's first cell, I am going to say whatever the value inside it. After then, I will trim the place, I will trim the white spaces in between the two letters. After then, if it doesn't actually uh, works like a loop sometimes, for that, what we have to mention is we have to give the maximum repetitions to work on that. So on the while loop, I have given the maximum repetitions as a default. If you can see here, the maximum repetitions are 30. So if the condition is true, the loop will be executed. And when the loop is executed, the buffer will actually increases to another higher numerical number. And then two, it will store the value, whatever inside the other row's cell value. So for that, what I have done is, according to this Excel sheet, the blueberries row number is actually 6, according to Tricentis-Tosca's table operations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm just gonna close this Excel worksheet. Otherwise, the test case won't work. And then if the operation is completely successful, then it will come out of the loop. If the condition fails and the loop will not be executed, then tbox close Excel workbook will be executed. And the Excel workbook will be closed. Let me just execute it. If you can see here, we have no buffers at all. because I have executed the delete buffer with a no action mode with it, so that all the buffers, whatever there are, will be deleted. So let me just execute. This. So let's see the details. Let's just expand everything. The workbook has been created, opened, and the range is updated successfully. And in tbox set buffer, the value has been set to value 1. And buffer with the name blue has been set to Greenland. Then in set buffer, the value is Greenland and blueberry has been set to blueberry. Then we are going to enter in the loop. Let's see what I have done with the loops. The condition has executed successfully, because if you can see, the Greenland blueberry is not actually evaluated. I mean, it's not actually true. I mean, equals, then evaluated as true. Then we have entered into the loop. In the loop, the buffer value has been start with has updated to 2. Then buffer with the name has been blue has been set to value Greenland. Then again in tbox set buffer, it has been set to Greenland. In repetition 2, after it's checking the condition, it is evaluated as true. And then buffer with the name blue has been set to Greenland again. Now in repetition 3, I mean in the third row again, it is Greenland. If we can check here, in third row, I mean it is the third row, the value is Greenland. As well as in here. And then the loop has been executed. Now it is a repetition 4, which means the fifth row in the Excel sheet. I mean the fifth, this one I'm talking about. So it is actually fourth one, Greenland, again fifth one, Greenland. What we have to get is this blueberries row number, which is 6 actually from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at 6, the condition has evaluated as false, but it's actually true. So if condition fails, we come out of the loop and T-box close Excel workbook has been executed successfully. Now, if we can see in the buffers, we got the value that we want. So the start with row number is 6, in which we have the value called blue berry. So we completely have 21 rows like a magic. And then here it is, the scenario. Thank you very much.